Hello everyone and welcome back to Strife Solutions. I'm of course William Strife and this is Yogscast Complete, or Yogpack if you prefer, a special version of modded Minecraft for us the Yogscast. If you want to play along, you can get the community version off of the AT launcher. A link is in the description. So, this episode guys, this episode is all about personal defense, okay? Or, what I prefer to call, turning me in to the Strifetron, okay? So, in order to improve my defense, I'm going to make mechatronic armor, okay? Which is more or less a version of power armor. A lot of you have been saying you want to see me create a modular power suit. And while modular power suits are okay, there's nothing wrong with them, they're what I find to be overused. Everybody seems to use modular power suits, and I just don't want to touch on that mod. So, what I'm going to make myself is mechatronic armor from Buildcraft tools. Now, that's not all that I want to make, since I'm going to be in the business of creating mechatronic armor. I'm also going to need to charge this stuff up. However, mechatronic armor is a little bit finicky about how it can be charged, so what I'm going to need to make is a tier 3 tool charger to charge up the armor. And since I'll have made that tool charger, I think I'm going to make myself some other stuff, including a potato gun. It's like a potato gun is like a suppressive weapon. It doesn't actually harm the people that you shoot. It just pushes people back a great distance. So that's the point there. So my inventory is pretty much empty, as you can see, and I've got all of the stuff over here that I need to make all 3 tiers of mechatronic power armor. Now, I'm going to be explicit about this. This stuff isn't cheap to make. You can see it requires redstone chipsets and energized ingots just to make the tier 1. You have to use the tier 1 armor to craft the tier 2 armor, and then you have to use the tier 2 to craft the tier 3. The tier 2, however, requires golden chipsets and energized plates, in addition to the silicon and whatnot. And tier 3 requires hardened energized plates, springs, gold, diamond chipsets. So I built the stuff that I require to make all of these fancy pants types of items a long time ago, but that was in the last season, so I'm going to just recap what you need to do this. What you need are lasers from Buildcraft Silicon, and you need an assembly table, and you specifically put the lasers in proximity to the assembly table, and you put the materials into the left side of the assembly table, and it'll tell you what it can craft, and you just click on it, and this bar will fill up over time to construct whatever it is that you want made, and the lasers will shoot down on it. Now, the other thing is that this assembly table will just pop stuff out into the world. You have to put it next to a chest of some sort, and things are automatically deposited in the chest next to the assembly table. The other thing is I'm going to need to make springs. I already have them, but you need to make springs, and the springs are made by combining 2 iron ingots. You can use bronze if you want to, in a heat press, and the heat press is something else that I made. It's right over here. You put the form in the left side, and then you put the stuff over here. How do you make the spring form, though? Spring form is a block of iron plus a diamond in the assembly table, right over here, okay? So, that's the really quick rundown on Buildcraft Silicon and how you make the stuff. So anyways, let's get into actually crafting the mechatronic power armor. I'm going to go ahead and take everything out of this chest. I'm going to come over to the crafting table here, and you can see Buildcraft Tools. This is everything that Buildcraft Tools adds. What I'm mostly interested in is the power armor, so I'm going to start by making a mechatronic helmet. To make a mechatronic helmet, it's pretty simple. It's crafted just like a normal set, but you have to make these small pneumatic motors. Small pneumatic motors aren't cheap. They require golden kinesis pipes, iron transport pipes, iron gears. You can use bronze, but iron in the corners will work, and you have to make these high pressure tanks. These high pressure tanks are used in so much in Buildcraft Tools, okay? So to make the high pressure tanks, it takes 4 iron and 1 redstone chipset. So I'm going to go ahead and shift click, and I need 8 of these babies. And then I can go ahead and make small pneumatic motors like so, and I can go ahead and shift click the mechatronic helmet, make the chest plate, the pants, and the boots. Okay, so there we go. Mechatronic armor tier 1 is complete. Now, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think it's possible to use mechatronic tier 1 armor to craft tier 2. unless this is all charged. So I'm pretty sure I have to charge up this mechatronic armor right away. So before I can move on to making tier 2 and then moving up to tier 3, I'm going to need to make myself a tool charger. So the problem with Buildcraft tool items is that they don't, agree with a lot of other mods. You can't charge it with redstone flux or the charge pad that I have over in the corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to make myself a charging bench. Now, there are 3 different versions of the charging bench. There's the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. These aren't systems where you have to have the 1 to make the 2 and the 2 to make the 3. You could just make the 3rd one right out. So to make it, I require a redstone diamond chipset, 3 complex pneumatic motors, 2 diamonds, and a chest. Now, the complex pneumatic motors are where the really expensive part comes in. You can make it using an energized gear or a diamond gear. Now, an energized gear is just these energized plates surrounding a gold gear, and the energized plates are 4 energized ingots. These energized ingots are gold ingots run through the assembly table, okay? So they're not cheap, which means that the diamond gears are actually cheaper than these energized ingots. So I'm going to go ahead and come right over here. Going to make myself some complex pneumatic motors. To make that, I'm going to need to make these high pressure tanks. So shift click, and there we go. I've got myself 6 high pressure tanks. Now to make the complex pneumatic servos, like so. There we go. We've got 3 complex pneumatic servos. And finally, to make the tool charger, tier 3, go ahead and shift click, and there we go. We've got ourselves a tool charger. Looks like I miscalculated. I had 1 extra gear than I actually needed. So with the tool charger in hand, I'm going to hop over to the other side of my facility and pop this into an open bay. Now, I want to make a point that like the lasers from Buildcraft Silicon, the tool charger from Buildcraft Tools sucks up power indefinitely, okay? It won't stop consuming power even whenever it's has a full internal battery, okay? So I've got this lever here for a very specific reason, okay? I'm going to pop it down right here. And if I throw this lever, you can see that it deactivates my the universal cable behind it. So this way, I have a method of which I can hook my tool charger up to the primary network, because the wiring behind here is hooked up to the primary power network in the reactor downstairs. With this, I have a way to shut the power off to the tool charger, and I don't have a constant power leak on the system. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop these in there. Now to make the tier 2 armor, I'm just going to go ahead and take everything out of here, and I'm just going to stash that diamond gear because I don't need it, or at least I think I don't need it. Now, to make the tier 2 armor, things get more messy, because the big thing about mechatronic armor is that there's a lot of embedded crafting. You have to start making these armor modules. Armor modules are expensive because you have to delve into them. They take, a high pressure tank plus an enhanced pneumatic motor, the springs, golden chipsets, and energized plates. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. 5. I'm going to need 5 of these armor modules, okay? So I've got everything in my inventory that I need. Unless I miscalculated, you're going to need 15 redstone chipsets, 5 Invar gears, 5 golden kinesis pipes, 21 energized plates. Energized plates are just 4 energized ingots in a crafting table, 60 iron ingots, 20 silver, and 10 redstone golden chipsets, okay? Also 5 springs and the 8 syringes. Let's go ahead and make ourselves 5 armor modules. To do that, I'm going to need to make a bunch of these high pressure tanks. Let's go ahead and make the pneumatic motors. We need 5 of them. Go ahead and shift click this, and we've got ourselves 5 armor modules. Go ahead and come in here, mechatronic helmet. Now I can't shift click these recipes, so there's the helmet and the chest piece, the pants, and the boots. Okay, so there we go. Now I just need to charge this up one more time. Okay, so with the tier 2 mechatronic armor all charged, it's time to make the tier 3 armor. I'll go ahead and take everything out of the chest. And once again, just like the tier 2 armor, tier 3 also has that embedded crafting issue. You require hardened energized plates, which is an energized plate plus a diamond in an assembly table. You need 21 hardened energized plates, 20 diamonds, 5 golden kinesis pipes, 20 redstone chipsets, 5 diamond gears, 5 iron transport pipes, a stack of iron plus 16 iron, 10 springs, 10 diamond chipsets, and 8 syringes. That should be everything. Let's hope that I didn't miscalculate. Okay, so we need 5 of these armor modules tier 3, which means that we need a whole bunch of these high pressure tanks. So as many redstone chipsets as I have in this, 20 high pressure tanks it should be. Make 5 of these complex pneumatic servos. So go ahead and shift click. I've got myself 5 complex pneumatic motors. Now, to make 5 of these armor modules tier 3. Go ahead and shift click, and there we go. 5 tier 3 armor modules. Now, once again, I can't shift click to create the armor because the helmets and the pants and whatnot don't stack, and things have to stack in order for shift click to work. So there's the helmet, the chest plate, the pants, and the boots. Okay, there we go, guys. So let's check that off the list now. We've got ourselves mechatronic armor, tier 1, 2, and 3, teched my way all the way up. And I've also got the tool charger. So next up, before I even bother charging all of this, I want to finish and create the rest of the materials that I need to completely deck myself out, okay? To make the potato gun, you need 24 iron ingots, a button, 3 golden kinesis pipes, 2 iron gears, 1 chest, 1 stick, 3 iron transport pipes, 1 redstone iron chipset, 4 redstone chipsets, and 3 energized ingots. So, potato gun, more embedded crafting via the high pressure tanks. So let's make the pressure tanks, and we need 2 pneumatic motors, and here we go. Now we've got ourselves a potato gun. That's fantastic. So, potato gun is off the list. Let's next make a spawner wrench, okay? To make a spawner wrench, I require 1 diamond chipset, 2 redstone chipsets, 8 iron ingots, 6 diamonds, 1 diamond gear, and 1 iron transport pipe, and 1 golden kinesis pipe. And spawner wrench. There we go. That's done. Check that off the list. Now, let's just finish up really quickly. One of the big problems with having powered equipment at all is the fact that you have to go back to base to recharge it. And sometimes, you know, you need a lot more charge than can be stored in the item. Well, as luck would have it, there is a portable form of power that will passively supply energy to your equipment in Buildcraft tools, and those are compressed air providers, okay? To make these things, it's just basically a whole bunch of high pressure tanks, an energized ingot, and some strings. So it's not excessively expensive to make. I'll just go ahead and take all this stuff. Compressed tanks, followed by 3 air providers. Okay, there we go. Now, the thing about the air providers is that they will actively charge, they will passively charge up anything that holds a charge in your inventory. So I'm going to hop over to the charging bench now. Okay, so there we go. Everything is now completely charged up. My only real issue is that I don't have any potatoes on me. But now I can go ahead and take off all of this old stuff, and I can put on my kick-ass mechatronic tier 3 armor. Check me out.
My name is Strife. Strifeatron. I am here to cleave the world and take all the resources.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not as much like Megatron as I hoped I looked, but I think I still look badass. And for that matter, anybody who is an artist or knows an artist who could do a Sphax texture of Buildcraft Tools armor, that would be awesome. And I'm not talking about a crappy, okay, I'm going to copy-paste something that everybody else already did, because this stuff is really cool, and it just, nobody has shown enough interest to actually retexture the tiny number of items that there are in Buildcraft Tools. But anyways, okay, so with the armor on, I'm going to go ahead and hop up to the roof here. Go ahead and pop my jetpack back on really fast. So now I'm going to find out just how much damage this mechatronic armor can sustain, or withstand, or protect me from, okay? So let's find out! Ow, that hurt. But look at it. That didn't even take not even 10% of the damage. Like 5% of my power is gone in all of my armor from jumping off of the solution tower. So this solves some wonderful problems. I mean, obviously it's going to protect me very, very well. So next I'll hop on down to the farm just as the sun sets and get myself some potatoes and show you how the gun works. Okay, load them in the potato gun. That's a shift right click to open up the UI. And now, go ahead and... Oh, this is fantastic. That was great. Hey, Mana. Look at what I did to him. Oh my god. This is great. Let's do that again. Oh, next time I see Parv, I'm gonna have so much fun doing this to him. Oh my god. Potato gun for the win, everyone. Come on. Back a little bit further. Back a little bit further. Oh, I love this. I love it. The potato gun. Okay, so, I'm done with you. Go ahead and shoot him. Anyways. Okay, so with the potato gun covered, which I might add, looks freaking awesome. Look at it, the Spud 3000. Text is a little bit backwards on that, but still freaking awesome. The next thing to cover is the spawner wrench. So if I hold shift, it actually gives an explanation here. Absorbs a mob spawner on shift right click and releases it again on right click. So I can take up vanilla mob spawners from the world and take them put them down wherever the hell I want to, which is really, really awesome, okay? Now, there's no really particular reason for me to have this thing other than the fact that it's really, really awesome, and I can probably have some fun goofing around with it. So that's the reason why I have it. Don't think that I'll ever actually use it too much, but awesome nonetheless. And that's pretty much everything, guys. I am Strife of Strife Solutions here at the Solution Tower, and like always, I'm on the uptick, but I do have a particular problem. A very large problem. Whenever I'm wearing this awesome armor, I can't fly. Okay? I can't fly at all, and that's a problem. Strife needs to be mobile. Lack of mobility is lack of progress. However, wearing armor isn't the only way to be awesome, okay? I mean, awesome armor makes you look cool, but guess what? I found another way to make myself even cooler under the skin. We'll find out about that next time. But until then, I am Strife of Strife Solutions, and I will see you all next time. Bye!